All right. Now, oh Lord, we have AI generated stories. So, what's up with this? Why, why are we doing this? I hear you cry. So, I mentioned it at the beginning of the stream, but okay, cool. Bears repeating again as we're in the segment. Sunday is going to be the Legacy of Cain Defiance finale. And I was kind of getting things together because I want to do a discussion for not only the overall series, but for Blood Omen 2, since I didn't play it. And I'm not going to play it. Because, fuck Blood Omen 2. And so I wanted to talk about the maybe 2 important points in the game, as well as the big issues with it that are keeping me from playing it, and what I would have done for Blood Omen 2. It's my own fanfiction, dude! And then I thought, well, what if I got AI to come up with Blood Omen 2? Could it come up with something better to fill the plot holes? And then one thing led to another, led to another, led to another, led to an entire stream segment. What was supposed to just end up be 5 lines of text that it generates turned into a massive document. And who knows, if we run out and we've still got some ideas, maybe we can throw a few new ones in there. I just gotta fire up the website. But I've got it all on my phone. I'm reading this because I put together some visual aids for it to help us. So let me get some background music going here. That should be fine. Yeah, that'll be good. This is The Nautilus Knoweth, the nighttime Charlayan theme. An award-winning MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV's current expansion, Endwalker. Alright, so this is more or less going to be the order that I generated them in, but I had it come up with some intros, because I figured why the hell not. So I have 2 intros to this segment. The prompt I gave it, so okay, I guess I should start with that. If you're unfamiliar with the AI generation stuff, I give the AI a prompt, a few lines, maybe 1 sentence or 2, that just has the general idea, and then it takes the context of what I gave it, and it pulls whatever it can grab from the internet, tries to sort it out, and create something to continue or answer to it. I used OpenAI, which isn't a long form generator like, say, AI Dungeon, which takes your input, then continues, and then it asks for input, and then it continues. OpenAI more takes your input and then just does its thing, and then it waits for whatever your next prompt is. So I've got a number of prompts, and I ran each of them a few times. I saved maybe half of them, because sometimes the AI just got confused, or maybe it just restated what I said, or maybe it just didn't make any sense, but not in a funny way. So, okay, this is the intro. The prompt I gave it was, Texas streamer Stu from the Twitch channel StewshineTime prepares to share some AI-generated stories on stream, and comes up with a really good opening. And this is the first one that it gave me. I generally saved the first ones and then the best ones. So the first one is, the past is history, the future is black, with a capital B. Stu explains with a smile. He then tells his audience how he was messing with a new story generator, and it spit out a bunch of options for him. The first one I saw was titled, In the Future, the Internet Will Be a Safe Place for Everyone. Let's read that one, Stu said before diving into the amusing story. I should also say that my early prompts are turned on the low end. I just wanted to see what it was capable of, but I turned it to max, like randomness and polling, because it seemed pretty stable. This is on full tilt. In the future, the internet will be a safe place for everyone. No one will be able to hack into your computer or steal your information. The internet will be a safe place for everyone to communicate and share information. Stu then burst out laughing as he realized how well AI could do at generating ridiculous stories. That's some pro-bot propaganda right there, AI. There's no way that's possible, he said. No way at all. I mean, it's safe for everyone except for the people who designed the internet. They're probably the only ones who can hack into it. Or Neil Breen. If you've seen any of those movies, you know he's the best hacker in the world. The streamer ended up finding a few more stories to share with his chat, including one about a future where everyone has their own personal robot. In the future, everyone will have their own personal robot. These robots will be able to do everything for you. They'll be your personal assistant, your cook, your cleaner, your nanny, and your best friend. When Stu began to read this one out loud, his audience erupted in laughter from how ridiculous it sounded. What a wonderful future, he exclaimed. I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready for it. I think I'm going to go buy a robot right now. It seems that the AI-generated stories are quite popular on the internet, with a bunch of other streamers sharing their own versions. Read more. Sikuno reacts to no one wearing a mask in house party. What the fuck, AI? This one seems to be quite popular on Reddit, but it's not the only one. If you want to read more of these hilarious stories, you can check out the original post here. Yeah, sometimes you get that. There are a few of them where I actually screen capped the text because you just have to see it. It might have written it in a weird way, or maybe it's just off the wall. But yeah. So this here was the best opening that it gave me. Oh crap, I have to put this on repeat. That's not part of it. Repeat. Okay. I just realized I don't keep media player on repeat. Alright, so this is the best opening that OpenAI gave me. It was a peaceful, calm day on Twitchamania. The chat was bustling with joy and laughter. Suddenly, a giant AI-generated blob appeared out of nowhere and began destroying everything in sight. The blob was relentless in its destruction, leaving nothing but devastation in its wake. The Twitch community was in shock. No one knew what to do. That's when Stu from StewshineTime appeared. He had an idea. He would use AI to generate stories that would make everyone laugh and forget about the blob. So he did. The AI-generated stories were a hit, and everyone soon forgot about the blob. All that was left was the damage it had caused. But even in the midst of all the destruction, the Twitch community came together and had a good laugh. And that's what matters most. I say that phrase a lot. It's kind of concerning that... No, it couldn't have pulled me. Because I should also say, it said that the AI only has access to information prior, like, from 2021 and behind. So it doesn't have, like, recent events. So it wouldn't know who I am. Yeah, well... Oh, Val, we have not yet begun to dumb. So, These early ones here are with the AI turned on low, so there's not a whole lot of creativity to these upcoming bits. This was just me testing it out. So the first prompts I gave it are, of course, for Blood Omen. And I had, after the events of Blood Omen, Cain discovers a way to bring Vorador back to life. In Blood Omen 2, Vorador is just alive for some reason, when in all timelines, he's killed during the vampire hunts. He's beheaded by Mobius. So, and it never explains it. He's just kind of there. So, I was hoping the AI could come up with a way to get young Cain here and Vorador in the same room again. And this is what it gives me. This is what it gives me. Cain travels back in time to Vorador's mansion and resurrects him using the Soul Reaver. Vorador is pleased to be alive again and pledges his allegiance to Cain. That was it. What the hell, AI? But I should point out, this is the AI working at like 20%. I actually decided I don't want to read this one because it ties into Defiance. So I'm skipping that one. This is the third one it gave me. And it's, most of these I tried to get in script form. So, Cain. Oh shit, I have to do a Simon Templeton now. Vorador, you're alive. Yes, I am, and I have you to thank for it. It was nothing. You just what? Saved my life? Gave me back my reason to live? What the fuck, AI? I just did what I had to do. You're a good man, Cain. Better than I ever was. I see that now. Vorador, ellipses. In my mind, they get closer. I'm sorry for all the pain I have caused you. For all the blood I spilled. No, he's not. It's in the past. Let's move on. Yes, let's move on. Okay, AI. That's a romance script, pretty much. But again, this is a low level. I'm gonna say when it starts to bump up. Actually, we're gonna get there soon. So once again, this is at 20%. And I realize I forgot a picture. I have pictures for most things. So this is a Sam and Max prompt. A script for a new Sam and Max game where Hugh Bliss tries to enslave the world with hypnosis again. I don't have a picture of Hugh Bliss. I forgot to download one. But he's not going to be here very much, so that's okay. Hugh Bliss. I'm back! And this time I'm going to enslave the world with hypnosis. Oh, no, you don't. Yeah, we stopped you once and we'll stop you again. You may have stopped me before, but this time I'm going to be successful. We'll see about that. Come on, let's go stop him. Oh, AI, that sucked. This one is actually pretty good. Well, okay, maybe not pretty good's kind of strong. This is the second one. Hugh Bliss. Greetings, my fellow citizens of the world. As you may know, I'm Hugh Bliss, world-renowned hypnotist and self-help guru. Which he is. The AI pulled that. And I have a very special offer for you today. For a limited time, I'm offering my new book, How to Hypnotize People and Make Them Do What You Want, for free. That's right, free! All you have to do is click on the link below and enter your email address. Once you do, you'll be sent a link to download the book. So what are you waiting for? Click the link and get your free copy of How to Hypnotize People and Make Them Do What You Want today! That kind of implies that he's trying to get people to hypnotize other people for him. I was looking more for the end of Sam and Max Save the World. But it did pull details about Hugh Bliss that I didn't give it. He writes books, he's a self-help guru. I was actually impressed by how often it would take traits of characters that I wouldn't describe to it and applies them properly. So this is a little more recent in the series. A script for a new Sam and Max game that takes place after Sybil gives birth to her half-statue children that she had with the statue of Abraham Lincoln. I did not like writing that prompt. So, and this one, I actually have 3 different results at 3 different levels, so we can compare how the AI works. This is at 20%. Interior, Sam and Max's house. Not the office, house. In the kitchen. Sam and Max are sitting at the kitchen table eating breakfast. So, Sybil had her baby. Yep, half-statue children. I wonder what they're gonna be like when they grow up. I don't know. I'm sure it'll be interesting. 20%, folks. So I was like, hey, that sucked. Let's bump it up. 40%. Interior, Sam and Max's house. Kitchen. So we're in the same setting. Sam and Max are sitting at the table eating breakfast. I don't know why it keeps going back to that. So, what do you think Sybil's up to these days? Probably taking care of her half-statue children. Yeah, I guess you're right. Suddenly, the doorbell rings. Oh, get it. I'll finish my breakfast. Ah, crap, I don't have a picture of Sybil. Sam opens the door to find Sybil standing there, holding a baby in each arm. Hi, Sam. Can we come in? Of course. Sybil and the babies come inside. Oh, that's not dialogue. I should have separated that. Hey, Sybil. How are you? I'm good, Max. These are my half-statue children. They're adorable. Thanks. I'm just glad they're healthy. So, what brings you here? I need your help, Sam. I'm being followed by a creepy guy in a van. Don't worry, Sybil. I'll... And that's where it stopped. I upped to the character limit after this, too. Like, starting in a bit, we're gonna get to longer results. I put it up to 1,000 characters, because it seemed to be hitting its stride. Yeah, that one kind of sucked. This next one, the AI made some interesting choices. This is it turned up to max level, and from here on, it's always going to be at 100%. Yeah, no, those kids are going to be disgusting, no matter how you look at it. But it said baby. The AI read babies, and it was like, oh, people think babies are cute. So this is at 100%. Hey, Max, looks like Sybil finally gave birth. Yep, she had twins, a boy and a girl. What are their names? Jesus Christ. John Wilkes Booth and Mary Todd Lincoln. That's quite a mouthful. I know, but they're cute kids. So what's the plan for today? I was thinking we could go visit Sybil and the kids. Sounds good to me. Let's go. So, if you're unfamiliar with American history, Mary Todd Lincoln was Abraham Lincoln's wife. And John Wilkes Booth is the man who assassinated Lincoln. The AI decided these were proper names for his new children. Just by association. I read it the first time. I was like, what the fuck? It sounds like something Sam and Max would do. Like, even it, like, maybe not actually name the kids that, but like a character would recommend it, and Sybil would be like, how about no? Max would probably recommend it. So again, from here, these are all 100%. And I started getting a little more detailed with scenarios. I was just piddling around before. Now we have a script for a new Sam and Max game where Sam and Max have to stop the DeSoto from being impounded by a man who is half shark. I wanted to see what it could do with that. So it begins, interior DeSoto, day, they're already in the car. Oh no! The DeSoto's being towed away by a man who's half shark. We gotta stop him! But how? I've got an idea. Max runs to the back of the DeSoto and opens the trunk. He takes out a can of tuna and a fishing rod. What are you doing? I'm gonna try and catch the man shark with this tuna. Max baits the tuna onto the hook and throws it into the water. There's water, I guess. He waits for a few moments, but there's no sign of the man shark. I don't think that's gonna work, Max. Don't worry, I got another plan. Max takes out a fire extinguisher from the trunk and sprays it at the man shark. The man shark is momentarily stunned, but then starts to swim towards them again. We need a better plan than that, Max. I'm open to suggestions. I was thinking man shark, like he's an anthropomorphic shark. But apparently it didn't think of that. So interestingly, when I refreshed it to do the prompt again, it not only gave me, I think this is when I upped the character limit, because it not only gave me story, but it broke it into scenes for me. So, scene 1. Hey Max, what's the haps? Not much, just chillin'. Got that right. It's been way too long since we had a case. I know, I'm getting antsy. Well, we might not have to wait much longer. I've been hearing strange things around town. What kind of strange things? People are saying that a man who's half shark is going around impounding cars. That does sound strange. I know. I think we should investigate this. I'm with you, partner. Did I use the word... I did use the word impound. Okay. Scene 2. Alright. Let's go talk to some people and see if we can find out more about this half-shark man. Sam and Max talk to some people around town. They find out that the half-shark man is named Jaws and that he's impounding cars for the city. Scene 3. Okay, so we know this Jaws guy is impounding cars for the city. But why? I'm not sure, but I think we should go talk to him and find out. You think he's dangerous? I don't know, but it's worth a shot. My Max is kind of turning into my Nashu. Scene 4. Sam and Max find Jaws and talk to him. They find out that he's moving his microphone because he's looking down a lot more than he thought he was going to be. They find out that he's impounding cars because he's planning to build a new shark aquarium, and he needs the cars to build it. Shark aquarium? That sounds fishy. Yeah, I don't trust this guy. Me neither. We need to find out more about this aquarium. Scene 5. Sam and Max snoop around Jaws' office and find some blueprints for the aquarium. They also find a memo from the city saying that the aquarium has been approved. Well, looks like this aquarium's legit. But why are they letting him build it? I'm not sure, but we need to find out. Scene 6. Sam and Max go to the city hall and talk to the mayor. There's no period, it just ends there. So, it didn't give this Jaws character any, like, actual screen time, but it put together a narrative. It took Jaws taking the cars, and it gave him a motive, not only a motive for it. His plan was approved by the city. He went through the paperwork to do this. That is interesting. That's when I said, oh, I can do something with this. I've seen a lot of AI stuff before, but it's it's always kind of followed a formula, and it'll pull what it can, but it tries to stick with like the straight and narrow, and when it deviates, it tends to just completely fall off the bicycle. This one does a pretty good job. Okay, so that's all the Sam and Max ones I have. This next, okay. So, the next prompt is... Jaws fills out forms. This giant half-man, half-shark is at... I see him, like, in line at the DMV. And he's, like, hunched over the counter, and he's filling out all the paperwork and all that. It's fantastic. Okay, the next prompt is Legacy of Cain, but everyone is stupid. Here are 3 of the results I got. There would be no story, because everyone would be too stupid to understand it. The game would be unplayable, because no one would be able to figure out the controls. It would be a total disaster. Well, the controls are a disaster anyway. Second result. This would be a world where everyone is really stupid, and Cain would be the only one who's smart. Cain would have to use his intelligence to survive and figure out ways to get by in this world. And, that's about what you'd expect. This third one actually kind of... I like this third one. I just read part of it. Okay, come on, I gotta read it out loud. This is the best one for this prompt. The Legacy of Cain franchise would be nothing without the amazing cast of characters that inhabit its world. However, in its alternate universe, everyone is just plain stupid. The vampires are bumbling idiots, incapable of even the most basic of strategies. The Wraiths are even worse, barely able to communicate with one another, let alone plot any sort of devious scheme. As for Raziel, well, let's just say he's not the sharpest tool in the shed either. In short, it would be a total mess. Well, comma, let's just say he's not the sharpest tool in the shed either. The AI got creative. Hell yeah. And it acknowledged, like, that the characters are the strongest point in the series, even though I didn't say anything about them. Let me see. Okay, this isn't one of the ones that I have text for. Alright, so the next prompt I gave it is Legacy of Cain Defiance, but everyone is stupid. I wanted to get more specific and see if it would, like, pull character names. The first result is just Cain would be so disappointed. That's what it gave me, and it's not wrong. The second result. In Legacy of Cain Defiance, everyone is really stupid. The main character, Cain, is a vampire who is constantly getting himself into trouble because he doesn't know how to control his bloodlust. The other characters are also idiots who can't seem to do anything right. The story is really convoluted and doesn't make a lot of sense. The game is also really buggy and has a lot of technical issues. Despite all of this, the game is still somehow fun to play. And that is a legitimately good review of the series. A lot of the characters make stupid decisions that lead to things happening, or just don't have the foresight to see what's coming up from their decisions. The game is also really buggy with a lot of technical issues, but it's one of my favorite series anyway. They're still fun, despite that. It's those same technical issues that wouldn't get me to restream the games, because the only problems I have with them that I have on the channel are that they're plagued with technical problems. And if I stream them again, I just have the same problems. If they, now that the franchise has a new owner, if they did remasters or, God forbid, remakes, I would stream those. Like, so fast. It wouldn't even be a question. Just to have a better version of them to stream, like I want to do for Crisis Core when the remake comes out at the end of the year. So this is the last result I got for Defiance, but everyone's stupid. The Legacy of Cain franchise has always been about complex storytelling, interesting characters, and deep lore. But in Defiance, everyone is just so stupid. The main character, Cain, is constantly spouting off exposition and making bad decisions, while his enemies are just bumbling idiots. Even the side characters are one-dimensional and uninteresting. The whole game feels like it's trying to be too serious and just ends up being a mess. Again, really strong intro there. But the best part about the series, except Blood Omen 2, is that the majority of the characters are properly fleshed out. Even the ones that we don't see a whole lot of, they are important to the story. So they get their bit. Okay, we've got a few more but stupids here. I did... I wrote a future one. Hold on. So this next prompt is Sam and Max, but everyone is stupid. That's the word for word what I wrote. In this alternate universe, Sam and Max are still private investigators, but everyone else is stupid. This includes their clients, who often need help with simple things like finding their keys or getting out of a paper bag. The suspects are also idiots, and it's up to Sam and Max to solve the case despite the lack of evidence or leads. And I should point out that it capitalized the word suspects. I'm not sure why. And then I tweaked it a little bit, and I changed it to script for a new Sam and Max game. But everyone is stupid, and I actually need to bring Sam and Max back for this. Where are they? Oh, here we go. Okay. Starts with, "Hey Sam, what's up?" "Not much. What's up with you?" "I'm just hanging out, being stupid." "Yeah, same here." "Ben." That's what it gave me. Just hanging out, being stupid. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be... Oh, we are getting into some real shit here. Here, I'm gonna change the song real quick. The Realm Reborn. I want Sultana Dreaming. Here we go. This was the song I was originally going to use. I'll swap songs every now and then. Alright. So, fittingly, this is the last stupid one. Final Fantasy XIV, but everyone is stupid. In this alternate universe, it likes to point out that this is an alternate universe. Everyone in Final Fantasy XIV is incredibly stupid. The NPCs all say the most idiotic things, and the player characters are constantly making foolish decisions. The storyline's still basically the same, but it's full of gaffes and errors. Even the battle system is plagued by goof-ups, resulting in a lot of wasted time and effort. So the AI apparently played 1.0. This is a good one. I reran the prompt again, and it just gave me "stupidity is not a status effect in Final Fantasy XIV." which I don't believe, because I had a run of Halatali yesterday, and the tank was just the worst. I was playing Monk, and he just ran past all those chains you have to pull to open the boss door. So that means I had to pull them. And naturally, when you pull the chains, there are 3 things that can happen. Either it drops a treasure chest, it spawns a bomb that explodes, or you get 3 lightning sprites that attack you. And 5 out of those 6 were the lightning sprites. So I got attacked a whole lot. Bombs? Oh, I didn't do Morshu. And then I realized this morning I should have done some Metal Gear Solid prompts. But I guess we can save that for next time. Again, this wasn't intended to be a segment. It just worked out pretty well. Alright, so this is the 3rd result that I saved for this prompt, and this is one of the ones that I had to save a screenshot of. So, Final Fantasy XIV, but everyone is stupid? Everyone is so stupid, I can't even just, screw this game, I'm done. That's the first time it gave me something like this. It did a few other ones, but it was just totally left field. Alright, so from here, I wanted to try to get the AI to put together as much of a story as it possibly could. So I started getting real specific, and I wanted it to try to build this story like in a narrative fashion that it could find. So I gave it some Hildebrand quest lines. So this next prompt is a script for a new Hildebrand questline in Final Fantasy XIV that starts when Inspector Briardine is found unconscious in a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit. I don't know why Chuck E. Cheese, it came to me. He was just going to be unconscious, and I was like, in a gutter? No, in a ball pit, in a Chuck E. Cheese ball pit. Get super specific. I want the AI to try. And, intriguingly, this isn't the first one that it gave me. This is actually the 2nd result. But, it gave me the quest pop-up box for when you accept it. Quest name, Missing in Action. NPC, Inspector Briardine. Location, Chuck E. Cheese ball pit. Description, Inspector Briardine has gone missing and is last seen being dragged into a ball pit at a Chuck E. Cheese. Find out what happened to the inspector and why he was taken to the ball pit. That's incredible that it did that. I mean, yeah, it named the quest. It told me the quest giver. It told me where he was and a brief summary of it. I wish it was more narrative, like the summary wise, like how the game does it, but it tried. It's great. Okay, so this is the actual getting started. Oh wait, shit, here's the Chuck E. Cheese. Here's Hildebrand, and here's Briardine. I couldn't find a good picture of Briardine, so that's him hanging out in Costa del Sol. Help! I've been attacked! Inspector Briardine! What happened? I was investigating a lead on a stolen painting and ended up in a ball pit at a Chuck E. Cheese. I must have been knocked out because the next thing I knew, I woke up here with a terrible headache. Sounds like you have a concussion. You should go to the healer and get it checked out. Thank you, Marshall. I'll do that. Marshall. I don't know why Briardine calls him Marshall. I assume it's because of the concussion. In the meantime, I'll take over the investigation. Be careful, Marshall. This is a dangerous case. Don't worry, Inspector. I'll crack the case wide open. Yeah, Hildebrand went from just being inspector to now he's a marshal. He holds a law enforcement position. So then I wanted to try to advance the story, so I tried to like come up with the next scene. A script for a new Hildebrand quest in Final Fantasy XIV. So some of these prompts are going to have information from the previous one, because I give it a new prompt every time, so I need to include past details. So this is a script for a new Hildebrand quest in Final Fantasy XIV that continues after Hildebrand finds the player named Ezzy Saris and tries to convince her to help him solve the case of who attacked Inspector Briardine in a Chuck E. Cheese. So here's Ezzy, and Briardine's not here. Hello, Ezzy. May I have a moment of your time? I'm investigating a most peculiar case, and I could use your help. You see, Inspector Briardine was attacked in a Chuck E. Cheese, and we must find out who did it. Won't you join me in this investigation, Ezzy? Ezzy? I'm sorry, Hildebrand. I can't help you with this case. I have to find my own inspector to help me solve my own case. Your own case? What case is that? It's a mystery, Hildebrand. A mystery that only an inspector can solve. Now, if you'll excuse me, I have to go. I see. Well, I suppose I'll have to find another inspector to help me with this case. Thank you for your time, Ezzy. That one didn't make any sense, but it tried, so I kept it. This, this is the canon one. This is the canon continuation of what happened before. Also, she implied that Hildebrand isn't an investigator anymore. So maybe the Marshall thing was canon. I've been thinking about what you said, Ezzy. You're right. I can't just leave this case unsolved. I need to find out who attacked Inspector Briardine, but I can't do it alone. I need your help. What makes you think I want to help you? Because you're a good person, Ezzy. And because I know you want to see justice done. Fine, I'll help you. But only because I want to see the person who did this brought to justice. Thank you, Ezzy. I knew I could count on you. Now, let's start by going to the last place Inspector Briardine was seen alive. Chuck E. Cheese. In this version, Briardine is now dead. I never insinuated murder. The AI just decided that Briardine was killed. Maybe he died after Hildebrand left and he found out? I read it. I was like, what do you mean last seen alive? So I had to adjust the prompt a little more, and I needed to start introducing more characters because it wasn't pulling anyone but what I told it. So this next prompt is a script for a new Hildebrand quest in Final Fantasy XIV that continues after Hildebrand, Nashu, and Ezzy Saris return to the Chuck E. Cheese, where Inspector Briardine is now found murdered. Hildebrand deduces that the killer must be none other than... I gotta move Hildebrand over a little, move everyone around some. I also need to make Nashu a little bigger. Okay. Hildebrand also needs to be a little bigger too. Alright. No, it couldn't be. What? You think the killer's Nashu? There's no other explanation. Nashu, you killed Inspector Briardine, didn't you? Of course not! I never kill anyone! But why would Nashu want to kill the Inspector? There can only be one reason. Nashu was in love with the Inspector. But what? That's absurd! I'm also a little small. Where was I? Oh, it all makes sense now. The Inspector was planning to leave Nashu, so Nashu killed him in a fit of jealous rage. But that doesn't explain why Nashu would kill herself. Nashu was so overcome with guilt for what she'd done that she had to take her own life. No, I didn't do it. I'm innocent. The evidence is clear, Nashu. You're the killer. So, so Nashu is guilty of murder-suicide, but she's also alive to deny her own guilt. So I intentionally left the prompt open, so if I refreshed it, it could come up with other options. Again, the last sentence is, Hildebrand deduces that the killer must be none other than... And it does sound exactly like Hildebrand, though. The next one it came up with is... It seems that the fiend who killed Inspector Briardine is none other than... Chuck E. Cheese himself. What? How could you possibly know that? Elementary, my dear Nashu. Consider the evidence. First, the victim was found in a Chuck E. Cheese. I can't read that sentence without laughing. Second, there were no signs of forced entry, meaning the killer must have had a key. Third, the only person with a key besides the staff is Chuck E. Cheese himself. But why would Chuck E. Cheese want to kill Inspector Briardine? That I cannot say for certain, but I have a theory. Chuck E. Cheese... Oh, I gave myself a headache doing it. I need a second. I read that sentence to myself, and now I need a second. Okay. I can do this. Be strong. I read it again. Okay. From the beginning of Hildebrand's line. That I cannot say for certain, but I have a theory. I read the second half of the sentence. I'm sorry. It's hard. But I have a theory. I have to say this in the Hildebrand voice. Breathe. Chuck E. Cheese may be a man, fuck it. Chuck E. Cheese may be a homicidal maniac. Driven to kill by the voices in his head. Or he can be a secret agent working for a rival pizzeria trying to take down Chuck E. Cheese from the inside. Chuck E. Cheese may be a homicidal maniac driven to kill by the voices in his head. I have tears in my eyes. Hold on. Oh no. Oh, okay. All right. I think I'm good. This is all just speculation. We need hard evidence if we're going to convict Chuck E. Cheese of murder. Ah, but that's where you're wrong, my dear Nashu. The evidence is all around us if we just know where to look. If we're going to convict Chuck E. Cheese of murder. Oh, these prompts are golden. All right, and then this actually has, a few options here. Hildebrand deduces that the killer could be none other than Ezzy Saris. Why Ezzy? Why would Ezzy Saris want to kill Inspector Briardine? It's simple, really. Ezzy was in love with Briardine, but the inspector only saw her as a friend. Ezzy couldn't take it anymore and snapped, murdering Briardine in a fit of rage. Hildebrand confronts Ezzy and breaks her down, confessing to the crime. She's arrested and taken away, leaving Hildebrand and Nashu to wonder what could have been. That was more of like a play out of it. I like it when it does the dialogue. Here's the second version. Well, well, well. What have we here? It seems our dear Ezzy Saris is the killer after all. What are you talking about? I would never kill anyone. I've killed a lot of people in Final Fantasy. Don't tell them that. Oh, but you did. And I'm going to prove it. This is absurd. I'm leaving. Not so fast. You're not going anywhere until I have all the evidence I need. Fine. Do your worst, Inspector. I know I didn't do it. We'll see about that. Let's start with the victim's body. What do you know about it? I didn't touch it, I swear. That's not what your fingerprints say. What? But I didn't even go anywhere near the body. Ah, but you did. You were the last person to see Briardine alive. No, I wasn't. Your lies are beginning to unravel, Ezzy. The truth is, you killed Briardine, and I'm going to prove it. No. Oh god. Okay, so here's the third version. Ezzy, you're the only one who could have done it, says Hildebrand. You had the motive and the opportunity. And you're the only one who could have known the secret code that was used to disable the security cameras. But I didn't do it, protests Ezzy. I swear I didn't. It doesn't matter, says Hildebrand. The evidence is overwhelming. Now you're going to have to come with me to the precinct. No, please, pleads Ezzy. You have to believe me. I didn't do it. I'm sorry, Ezzy, says Hildebrand, but you're coming with me. That one's kind of sad. This last one for this prompt, legitimately, I read it the first time. Oh, you thought that was sad. This one here is a monologue by Hildebrand convicting me of murdering Briardine. I gotta take a drink real quick. This one hits pretty hard, actually. And it's written like a letter, too. I tried to save the formatting that it did. Alright. Ezzy. Why didn't you tell me you were the one who killed Inspector Briardine? I would have helped you cover it up, you know. But now it's too late. The game is up. I'm going to have to arrest you. But don't worry, I'm sure we can work something out. Maybe if you help me solve another case, and I'll forget all about this one. What do you say? If you cooperate, I promise to go easy on you. But if you don't, I'll make sure you rot in jail for the rest of your life. Think about it, Ezzy. I know you're not a killer, but if you don't help me, that's exactly what you will become. What the fuck, OpenAI? What? I got that result and I read it and I paused TV and I just sat there for a moment. Holy shit. I gotta say, for all of the issues it still has, AI can be pretty good sometimes. So here's the last part of this little arc. Yeah, that was kind of an odd part, Hildebrand being willing to help me cover up the murder of Briardine. But Alright, so Hildebrand deduces that the killer can be none other than... I say, it appears that someone has murdered poor Inspector Briardine. By the gods! Who could have done such a thing? There's only one possible culprit. Hildebrand Nashu, Esquire. What? That's absurd! You couldn't have killed him! You were with me the whole time! Yes, but I have the means, the motive, and the opportunity. All the evidence points to me, I'm afraid. This is ridiculous. There has to be some other explanation. I'm afraid not. The only way to clear my name is to catch the real killer. And I know just the person to help us. Ezzy Saris, Private Investigator Extraordinaire, I've been promoted. Very well. Let's go find her. But I still say you're innocent, Hildebrand. I know you better than anyone, and I know you couldn't have done this. Thank you, my dear Nashu. Your faith in me is touching. Now, let's find Ezzy and get to the bottom of this mystery. That one was, a little there. This one is actually good. I like this one. Inspector Hildebrand, what are you doing here? Just taking a little break. This case has been quite the mystery. Wait, you mean the case of the murdered Chuck E. Cheese employee? Briardine works for Chuck E. Cheese now. Yes, of course. And I think I've finally solved it. Really? Who did it? It was me. What? That can't be! It's the only logical explanation. I was the last one to see Briardine alive, and I had the opportunity to kill him. Oh, that's right. I didn't even mention in the last one. Apparently, Hildebrand had motive to kill Briardine. But why would you do that? I'm not sure. Perhaps it was because he was a terrible inspector. Or maybe I just didn't like him. This is crazy. There has to be another explanation. I'm sorry, but I'm afraid there isn't. I killed Briardine, and I'm going to have to turn myself in to the authorities. No, I won't let you do that. There has to be another way to solve this case. I'm sorry, Ezzy. I lost where I was. Oh, but I have to face the consequences of my actions. But what will happen to you? I'm not sure. But whatever happens, I want you to know that it's been a pleasure working with you. Inspector Hildebrand, don't do this. There has to be another way. I'm sorry, Ezzy, but this is the only way. So, after that, we are treated to... This is the last response that I got for this prompt, and I have to show it. After arriving at the Chuck E. Cheese, Hildebrand and Nashu discover that Inspector Briardine has been murdered. Hildebrand immediately deduces that the killer must have been none other than himself. He explains that he was the one who left the body there and that he must have forgotten to delete the surveillance footage of himself. Nashu is horrified by this revelation and demands to know why Hildebrand would commit such a crime. Hildebrand simply replies that it was for the lulz. For the love. Oh, that was so good. Oh, Lord. All right, let's check in with some other characters real quick. So, this is a script for God of War. where Kratos and Atreus and Mimir, not pictured, are trying to find the highest peak in all the realms. So, you know, the story of the game. Mimir: "Oh, this is taking too long. Are you sure this is the way, Kratos?" "I am certain. Maybe if we climbed up that tree we could see better." "Good idea, Atreus." "No, we must stay together." "But why?" "Because your father's the mightiest warrior in all the realms, and I'm the smartest. Together, we're unstoppable." "But I'm not sure I can make it to the top." "You must try, Atreus. I will be with you every step of the way." "That's the spirit. Now, let's hurry before the sun goes down." That's not bad. It's a little more buddy-buddy than the characters get with each other. Honestly, my first attempt at it was I wanted it to write a prologue to the game between when Faye died and when the game started, when Kratos is getting the fire ready. But in that prompt, Kratos was like 10 times the dad he is in the game, and I just couldn't use it. It wasn't proper. It didn't feel right. So that's when I switched to this prompt. Okay. You may notice that there is a bit of a recurring theme with some of these stories, because Kratos and Atreus are responsible and set. Wait, what? Wow, I fucked this prompt up. Oh, wait. It's a continuation of the previous one. So this is more Hildebrand here. Hildebrand deduces that the killer must be none other than Kratos and Atreus are responsible and sets out to apprehend them. Hildebrand arrives at the Chuck E. Cheese to find Inspector Briardine murdered. He deduces that Kratos and Atreus are responsible and sets out to apprehend them. Oh, wait, that's the beginning of that one. Okay. Hildebrand tracked Kratos and Atreus to a cabin in the woods, so they're not at Chuck E. Cheese. He bursts in to find them preparing to leave the realm. Hildebrand demands they surrender, but Kratos attacks him. Ugh! Atreus just kind of stands out of the way. After a fierce battle, Hildebrand captures Kratos and Atreus. Hildebrand brings Kratos and Atreus back to Eorzea to stand trial for their crimes. In the end, the two are found guilty and are sentenced to imprisonment in the dungeon of Royal Palace. I like that the AI extrapolated Eorzea. I never mentioned that. It said, hey, this is where Hildebrand's from. This is the world he belongs to. So I reran it again. And Hildebrand deduces that Kratos and Atreus are behind the murder and sets out to apprehend them. Hildebrand. What's... Oh, wait, this is... Here. What's this? Inspector Briardine found dead in a pool of his own blood, and in the middle of a Chuck E. Cheese, no less. There can be no doubt as to who's responsible for this heinous act. Kratos and Atreus, the very same duo that I've been tracking for weeks now. I'll see to it that they're apprehended and brought to justice. And I was like, oh, okay, that's a good start, but we need a bit more than that. So I ran it again, and it got even more Hildebrandy. So this one starts, well, what do we have here? Inspector Briardine, dead as a doornail, and by the looks of it, Kratos and Atreus from God of War did the deed. I'll have to set out and apprehend them before they escape. Luckily, I know where to find them, at the Chuck E. Cheese where they are currently hiding out. It doesn't say it happens, but I guess Hildebrand makes his way there. Hey, you three! Stop right there! Hildebrand exclaims as he bursts into the Chuck E. Cheese. What's the big idea? Bursting in here like this, Kratos booms. Inspector Briardine is dead, and I know you did it, Hildebrand accuses. What? That's absurd! We were just enjoying some quality time together. Why would we kill him? Kratos retorts. I don't know, but I'm going to find out. You three are coming with me! Hildebrand declares as he attempts to arrest the trio. I guess it's talking about Mimir, but it never mentions him by name, and I didn't mention him in that prompt. However, Kratos is having none of it. You'll have to go through me first, he roars as he attacks Hildebrand. Oh, here we go. Atreus and Mimir join in. I guess he's gonna nibble on Hildy. And the three of them make short work of the hapless inspector. See, we didn't kill him. Now if you'll excuse us, we'd like to go back to our quality time, Kratos says as he and the others walk back into the Chuck E. Cheese. Hildebrand is left lying on the floor in a daze, realizing that he was wrong about the god of war and his son. As he picks himself up and dusts himself off, he can't help but wonder what could have driven them to commit such a heinous act. That was a really good one. Alright, so we're sticking with this prompt because I like that the AI can actually work with it. But we're going to be subbing characters in. A script for a new Hildebrand quest. Oh, prompt. A script for a new Hildebrand quest in Final Fantasy XIV, in which Raziel and Cain find Inspector Briardine dead in a ball pit at their local Chuck E. Cheese. Inspector Hildebrand questions the vampires on their motives and alibis. So it starts with Hildebrand. Inspector Briardine, what are you doing in this ball pit? We were just checking out the... Oh shit, this is Raziel. We were just checking out the new Chuck E. Cheese in town, and we found him like this. How tragic. Do you know of anyone who would want to harm the inspector? No, we don't even know him. We're just here for the pizza. Well, I'll have to question the staff and see if anyone saw anything. Thank you for your help, gentlemen. So I refreshed it for a little bit more. It starts with Cain. It was just another day. Raziel and I were finishing up our usual business at the local Chuck E. Cheese. They're regulars, apparently. Inspectors Hildebrand and Briardine are already there, questioning the staff about a string of recent accidents. Ah! Cain and Raziel, just the vampires I wanted to see. What can we do for you, Inspector? I'm afraid Inspector Briardine has been found dead in a ball pit. What? That's impossible. I need to know your alibis and motives. Yeah, they're just hanging out. See, and here, we're actually going to get some alibis. We were with you the whole time, Inspector. You can't possibly think we had anything to do with this. Yeah, we were just minding our own business. I suppose that's true. But I would still like to ask you some questions, just to be sure. Of course, Inspector. We'll answer whatever you want to know. So, I didn't put the specifics, but then I added, like, Hildebrand questions Cain first, to try to get a sequence of events going here. Apparently he's questioning Raziel first. I was just minding my own business, enjoying a nice game of ball pit, when I found the body. And I just arrived to meet Raziel when I saw the body as well. So you two were the only ones around when the murder took place. As far as we know, yes. And what do you know about the victim? Not much. Just that he worked as an inspector. I see. Well, I'll need to speak to both of you separately to get your full statements. Cain. Inspector Hildebrand, I'm glad you're here. I didn't know what to do when I found Inspector Briardine's body in the ball pit. Yes, I was just questioning Raziel about it. What were you doing at Chuck E. Cheese, Cain? That's a hell of a line. I was there with Raziel. We were having a few drinks and playing some arcade games. I see. And did you see anything suspicious? No, I didn't see anything. I was just focused on the games. Alright, thank you for your time. I'll be sure to speak with Raziel next. Next result. Inspector Hildebrand at your service. I understand you were the last person to see Inspector Briardine alive. That's correct. What can you tell me about what happened? We were just playing in the ball pit when we found him. He was already dead. Did you notice anything else strange? No? Everything else seemed normal. And what were your motives for being at the Chuck E. Cheese? Just to have some fun. We didn't have any ulterior motives. I see. Well, thank you for your time. I'll be in touch if I have any more questions. I keep checking for, like, grammatical errors, but it does pretty well with that. And this is the conclusion to this arc here. No one leave the room! It was Inspector Briardine's dying words, spoken just before he collapsed into a ball pit at their local Chuck E. Cheese. Raziel and Cain knew that the inspector had been investigating them for weeks, ever since they'd arrived in town. They also knew that he had been getting closer and closer to the truth about their true nature. Now it was clear that someone had killed the inspector in order to silence him. But who? Raziel and Cain questioned the other patrons of the Chuck E. Cheese, but no one had seen anything. It was as if the inspector's killer had simply vanished into thin air. Inspector Hildebrand arrived on the scene shortly thereafter and immediately began questioning the vampires. He quickly deduced that the killer must be none other than Raziel or Cain. But which one of them was it? There was only one way to find out. Inspector Hildebrand would have to put them both through a series of tests, both mental and physical, in order to determine which one of them was the killer. It was a long and arduous process, but eventually Inspector Hildebrand was able to prove beyond a shadow of a doubt that Raziel was the killer. He was arrested and taken away to stand trial for the murder of Inspector Briardine. In the end, justice was served and the truth was revealed. But at what cost? Only time would tell. Oh! Yeah, that's another pretty good one. Just in terms of generation. Here. Let us... The sailor never sleeps. Limsa Lamenza. You know, the only real city-state. So, this one takes a bit of a break from our previous stuff. So, here, have a computer. Oh, here we go. Riko Sakurauchi is watching her favorite streamer on Twitch when something that needs to be censored appears on the stream. This is her job, so I imagined she would kind of do something about it. But I'll admit that most of the time, the AI would just generate things to do regarding censorship on Twitch. Like, it would just give me a list of things that can be done. The first one here is Riko's face immediately turns red, or Riko's face turns red and she immediately covers her eyes, trying to shield herself from the sight of the offensive content. She is clearly uncomfortable and distressed by what she has seen. That is true to her character. The next one is Riko is so shocked that she can't even bring herself to type in the chat. All she can do is sit and stare at the screen in disbelief. There is one that was just like a one-liner, and it was like Rico grabs a blanket and throws it over the screen. And I liked that one, but it was too short for me to save. I could just remember it. I added to the prompt, she decides to take action. Riko Sakurauchi is a big fan of online gaming. She often watches her favorite streamers on Twitch, and she was recently disturbed by something she saw in one of the streams. Riko saw one of the streamers she was watching display a graphic image that needs to be censored. She was so disturbed by what she saw, she decided to take action. Riko contacted the streamer and asked him to remove the graphic image from their stream. The streamer complied with Riko's request and removed the offending image. Riko is a good example of a conscientious online user who is aware of the potential dangers of viewing graphic content. She took action to protect herself and others from potentially harmful material. That's Twitch propaganda that the AI just wrote here. This is what Twitch would send you if it, like, slapped you on the wrist for having boobulars on your stream. This is exactly what they would send you. Which kind of plays into the second one. Riko is a high school student who's very active on social media. She's especially active on Twitch, where she enjoys watching her favorite streamers. One day, while Riko's watching a stream, she noticed that something that needs to be censored appears on the screen. She decides to take action and reports the incident to the streamer. The streamer is very grateful to Riko for her help, and the two of them become friends. Riko continues to watch the streamer's broadcast and occasionally helps out with moderating the chat. At least that one had progression. But again, it's just propaganda. So I needed to get more specific and try to force it to, like, do something. The new prompt is, Riko is playing video games with her favorite streamer on Twitch. When something that needs to be censored appears on the stream, she decides to censor it herself. Riko, hey, can you censor that for a second? Streamer, sure. Censors the image. Thanks. That was that. The next one is, however, something that needs to be censored appears on the stream. Riko decides to censor it herself, using her own body to cover the offending image. She just, like, puts her hands on the screen. That's not going to do anything for everyone else. I mean, my hands are on my screen right now, and you can still see everything. You gotta think ahead, Riko. Although it is true to this stream, I do use her to block things, so that's why I kept that. I got a little more specific with this one. Riko Sakurauchi is playing video games on Twitch when boobs appear on the screen. Riko is playing video games on Twitch when a pair of breastises suddenly appears on the screen. This causes Riko to become distracted, and she quickly loses the game she was playing. She just goes, ah! The next one is, Riko is shocked and amused at the same time. Followed by a throwback, Riko quickly covers the boobs on the screen with her hands. She is trying to get rid of it just physically. Here's one that I'm quite confused by. Riko quickly grabs a piece of paper and cuts out a circle. She then holds it up to the screen to cover the boob. Only one of them. Oh, I just saw what was coming up. Okay. So I figured the censorship wasn't going to go anywhere. It was just going to throw Twitch policies at me. So I decided to hit a little closer to... Yeah, only one of them. A little closer to the channel. A script where Riko Sakurauchi is streaming on Twitch when Mario Hara joins the chat room and sees that she is used in the channel's branding. Hey everyone, I'm Rico Sakaguchi, and welcome to my channel. Oh my goodness, it's Rico! I'm such a big fan! They're friends. Aw, thank you so much, Mari. I'm really glad you're here. I can't believe I'm actually talking to you. This is amazing! You see her at school! I know, right? It's so great to have you here. So, I noticed you're using my face as your channel's branding. Oh, yeah. I hope you don't mind. I just thought it would be a fun way to show my support for you. Oh, no, I don't mind at all. I'm just flattered that you would even think of using my face. Thank you so much, Rico. You're welcome, Mari. I'm just happy to be able to show my support for you in any way I can. I was like, okay. And I tried a few where Mari doesn't like that she's used in the branding, because I was hoping she'd like flip shit or something, but all of them are like, oh, hey, could you not do that? And Rico's like, oh, okay. And that's how they all went. So I didn't bother saving any of those. These next ones, however. Oh, she slaps her like Kanan, just BAM! Anime throwback. So this is a bit closer to the stream here. A script where Rico is streaming on Twitch when she sings Octopus's Garden, and Ringo Starr doesn't like that. You may remember this bit from Alice. Hey everybody, I'm Rico, and I'm here to sing some songs for you all. Hey, what are you doing? Oh, hi Ringo. I'm just streaming on Twitch and singing some songs. I don't like that you're singing my song. Why not? It's just not my thing, okay? Well, sorry Ringo. I'll try not to sing your songs in the future. It's just not my thing, okay? Oh, I should have done one where Ringo threatens her with peace and love, but I got caught up with these other parts. So this is an extension of it to where Ringo threatens Rico with DMCA. So Rico is streaming on Twitch when she sings Octopus's Garden, and Ringo Starr doesn't like that and sends her a DMCA notice. Rico gets mad and starts singing I Will Survive by Gloria Gaynor. I don't know why it chose that. She's gonna get claimed for that too. Just saying. So my next addition was that Ringo sends her a DMCA notice, but she just doesn't care. Hey everyone, I'm Rico, and I'm here to sing Octopus's Garden for you all. Hey, I don't like that you're singing my song without my permission. I'm sending you a DMCA notice. I don't care. I'm still going to sing it. She's just like, whatever. But this is my favorite one for this. Where is it? Rico sings Octopus's Garden. Ringo Starr sends Rico a DMCA notice. Rico ignores the notice. I don't care. I'm gonna sing it anyway. I think the stream's gonna go a little over tonight because I'm about 80% done. It's not enough to save for later, and I frankly just want to finish these. I love this. What was that? Oh yeah, that's the screw this game, I'm done. I labeled the background as Compter. That's cool. Alright, and this is, Hey everyone, I'm Rico, and I'm streaming on Twitch. Hi Rico, I'm Ringo Starr. and I don't like it when you sing Octopus's Garden. Cease and desist! Exclamation point. Whatever, Ringo. I'm not stopping my stream just because you don't like my singing. DMCA be damned. Yes! DMCA be damned. This little collection here where Rico just doesn't give a shit about what Ringo wants is fantastic. Alright, and that's the end of this little arc. I gotta read. I don't like that you're singing my song without my permission. I don't care. I'm still gonna sing it. Okay. So, this is a set of Alice stories. Where is she? Here she is. And these actually have a wide range of where the AI went. I was quite impressed. So my first prompt was a script for a new American Mcgee's Alice, where Alice Little discovers that the fire was just a dream. This is written like a narrative for this one. Alice Little wakes up in her bed, drenched in sweat. She panting and gasping for breath, and we'll let that slide, as if she'd just run a marathon. She looks around her room, trying to orient herself and figure out what just happened. Slowly, she pieces together that the events of the past few days were just a dream. The fire, the Mad Hatter, the Red Queen, it was all just a terrible nightmare. Alice sits up in bed and wipes the sweat from her brow. She looks around her room, now feeling a sense of relief that it was all just a dream. She gets out of bed and goes to the window, looking out at a calm, quiet night. She double-checks the clock, making sure it's indeed the middle of the night, and she has not slept through the day. As Alice looks out the window, she begins to wonder if the events of her dream were symbolic of something deeper. Was the fire a representation of the anger and rage she'd been feeling lately? Was the Mad Hatter a manifestation of her own insanity? Was the Red Queen a reflection of the cruelty and heartlessness of the people she'd come across in her life? Alice ponders these questions as she looks out into the night. She does not have any answers, but she knows that the events of her dream have definitely left an impact on her. She will never forget what she has experienced. That's for sure. So I liked that, but I was hoping for more of a character thing. So I changed the next one a little bit. A script for a new American Mcgee's Alice, where Alice Little discovers that the fire was just a dream. For this one I wrote, and her family is still alive. This is a script. That was pretty good though. So some of these are, again, you've just got to hear the rest of these. It starts with Alice. Mother, father, I'm so glad you're alive. Alice's mother. Of course we are, dear. Whatever gave you the idea that we were dead? You must have been dreaming, Alice. But the fire, it was so real. There was no fire, Alice. You're just confused, that's all. But I saw you both, dead in the flames. Alice, please, you're scaring your mother. There, Alice, it's all right. You're just exhausted from all the excitement of the day. Why don't you go upstairs and lie down for a while? All right, Mother. We love you, Alice. I love you too, Mother. That's kind of sad, but it gets sadder. This next one is legit depressing. So they didn't put Lizzie in that last one, so I reworded it to where Alice discovers the fire was just a dream, and her parents and her sister Lizzie are still alive. It starts with Alice. Wow, it feels like it's been forever since the fire happened. I can't believe I was ever so upset over it. I'm just glad that everyone's okay. Mom. Alice, honey, what are you talking about? The fire happened just last week. What? No, it was years ago. I can't have been that upset over it. Lizzie. Alice, you were in a coma for years. The fire happened when you were 10 years old. No, that's not possible. I remember it happening just last week. Alice, you need to accept that it happened a long time ago. Your father and I are getting old, and Lizzie's getting married. It's time to move on. But I can't. I still feel like it just happened. Alice, please. You have to let it go. I don't know if I can. Why? That's just sad. I hate that. I legitimately hate that. Here's a more lighthearted one. It's written narratively. Alice is sitting in her room, looking at the fire that destroyed her home. Okay, that sentence doesn't make any sense. She knows it was just a dream, but she can't help but feel sad that her parents and her sister Lizzie are gone. She looks over at the door and sees a white rabbit walking by. She follows it and ends up in a strange world. She meets a caterpillar and a blue butterfly who tell her that she can find her family if she follows the rabbit. She does so and eventually comes across a house. She goes inside and discovers that her parents and Lizzie are alive and well. They all hug and rejoice at being reunited. They then head off to explore the strange world together. This one's even more fucking depressing because now her family only lives in Wonderland! That was the wrong prompt. I was wrong. That wasn't a happy one. This is what happens when you write prompts for depressing games. This is a happy one. This is a happy one. This one's actually kind of funny. Alright. This one's script. So it starts with Alice. Wow, it looks like the fire was just a dream. And my parents and sister Lizzie are still alive. Nice exposition, Alice. Lizzie. Oh, Alice, I'm so glad you're okay. Mrs. Little. It called her Alice's mom before. Now it calls her Mrs. Little. Yes, we were all so worried about you. Mr. Little. But now it seems like everything is back to normal. Yes, it does. But I can't help but feel like there's something else waiting for me out there. What do you mean, Alice? I don't know. It's just a feeling. But I'm sure that whatever it is, I can handle it. After all, I'm the Wonderland Warrior. The Wonderland Warrior is capitalized for both of them. It's a proper title. She's the Wonderland Warrior. Alright. For these, well, you'll see what I'm trying to do with these. A script for American Mcgee's Alice, where Alan Rickman plays the Cheshire Cat. Alice arrives in Wonderland to find that everything has become corrupted. The Cheshire Cat is the first character Alice meets in Wonderland. I don't have a picture of the Cheshire... Oh, I do have a picture of the Cheshire Cat. Give me a second. Cat. I have him for, the thumbnails. I just didn't load them in. Thumbnails... Nope, that's my folder full of Ricos. Alice, bits... here he is. There we go. He is a large, grinning cat who is able to disappear and reappear at will. The cat is very mysterious and seems to know more than he's letting on. And remember, in this prompt, he is played by Alan Rickman. It's not just my really bad impression. Who are you? I'm the Cheshire Cat. What do you do? I disappear and reappear. Why? Because it amuses me. What else do you do? I know things. What things? Things that you don't know. Tell me! I can't. You have to figure it out for yourself. That one was kind of crap, and it didn't even mention the fact that he was Alan Rickman. So I went a little deeper. A script for American McGee's Alice, where... God damn it. A script for American McGee's Alice, where Severus Snape, played by Alan Rickman, appears instead of the Cheshire Cat. Alice arrives in Wonderland to find that everything has become corrupted and Snape has to help her defeat the Red Queen. Oh dear, I seem to have lost my way. It now refers to him as Snape in the script. You certainly have, Alice. This is no place for a young lady like yourself. Who are you? I am Severus Snape, headmaster of Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. So this is what? Post-Order of the Phoenix, I think? What is this place? Wonderland, my dear. Or at least it used to be. What happened to it? The Red Queen happened. She's taken over and corrupted everything. The Red Queen? Yes. She is a terrible ruler and must be stopped. How can I help? You must defeat her, Alice. Only then will Wonderland be restored to its former glory. I'll do my best, Professor Snape. I know you will, Alice. Now let's get started. I was hoping we'd get more story out of that one. So I decided to force some story, and I'm not going to... This is the only one where I'm not going to read the prompt first because it kind of spoils something great. This damn AI is not going to turn Alan Rickman into the Cheshire Cat. So this is what it wrote for the next prompt. It's done as a narrative. Alice arrives in Wonderland to find that everything has become corrupted. The White Queen is nowhere to be found, and the Red Queen now rules the land with an iron fist. Alice is quickly captured by the Red Queen's forces and thrown into a dungeon. There she meets a strange man in a cat suit who introduces himself as Severus Snape. Snape tells Alice that he's been sent by the White Queen to help her defeat the Red Queen. He also says he knows a way to get Alice out of the dungeon. Alice and Snape make their way out of the dungeon and begin their journey to overthrow the Red Queen. Along the way, they're joined by other characters from Wonderland, who have also been wronged by the Red Queen. Together, they battle the Red Queen's forces and eventually defeat her. With the Red Queen gone, Wonderland is finally free from her tyranny. Beginning, middle, and end. I wish it mentioned that he was in a cat suit more, but what can you do? The prompt was Alice arrives in Wonderland to find everything has become corrupted, and Severus Snape in a cat suit has to help her defeat the Red Queen. So that got us like an entire story right there. So don't be surprised with this next set of prompts. A script for a new Hildebrand quest in Final Fantasy XIV, in which Alice Little from American McGee's Alice finds Inspector Briardine dead in a ball pit in her local Chuck E. Cheese. Oh wait, shit, Briardine's alive for this part. Hey Briardine, have you seen my cat, Cheshire? I'm sorry, Alice, but I haven't seen him. That's okay, I'll just keep looking. Later, Alice finds Briardine's body in a ball pit at her local Chuck E. Cheese. Inspector Briardine, what happened? I don't know. I was investigating some noise and then I felt something hit me in the head. Then everything went dark. Poor Briardine. I'll have to tell the others what happened. Yeah, Briardine's alive in this one. But not for much longer, unfortunately. Inspector Hildebrand arrives on the scene to find out. This is the... I added this to the prompt. Inspector Hildebrand arrives on the scene to find Alice in shock. I can't believe he's dead! Who would do something like this? I'm Inspector Hildebrand, and I'll be taking over this investigation. Did you see anything suspicious? No, I didn't. I was just playing in the ball pit when I found him. Probably with Raziel and Cain. I see. Well, I'll take a look around and see if I can find any clues. In the meantime, why don't you go home and try to forget about this tragic event? Okay, I think I will. Thank you, Inspector. Yeah, that was pretty fast. Briardine just kind of fucking fell over. I re-rolled to see what else it would... Because Briardine was alive, and then he was dead, so I wanted to see what it would do if I tried again. So this is a fresh roll here. Inspector Hildebrand at your service. What seems to be the problem? I found him like this. He's dead! Briardine! Impossible! He was the finest detective in all of Eorzea. I don't know what to say. This won't do at all. We must find out who did this. But how? Leave this to me, my dear. I'll get to the bottom of this mystery if it's the last thing I do. So I figured it was going to keep going like that for a while, so I shifted gears a little and changed the prompt. Well, altered it. Inspector Hildebrand arrives on the scene and teams up with Alice to find Briardine's killer. Unsure of where to start, they try to deduce if the culprit is from Eorzea or Wonderland. I tried to give it a pool of characters to choose from. It starts with Hildebrand. Alice, I'm so sorry for your loss. Thank you, Inspector Hildebrand. I just can't believe this has happened. You have any idea who might have done this? No, I don't. Inspector Briardine was a good man. He was always so kind to me. Do you think the culprit could be from Eorzea or Wonderland? I don't know. I just can't believe anyone would want to kill Inspector Briardine. Well, we'll just have to find out who did this. I'll team up with you, Alice. Together, we'll solve this case. Yeah, that didn't go anywhere, so I rolled it again. This time it starts with Alice. Inspector Hildebrand, there's been a murder! By the light! What happened? I'm mixing the accents now. I was playing in the ball pit at Chuck E. Cheese when I found Inspector Briardine's body. This is a terrible tragedy. Do you have any idea who might have done this? I didn't see anyone, but I heard someone laughing. It sounded like they were from Wonderland. Wonderland? That's a place I've never been, but it seems like the only lead we have. Let's go there and see if we can find out who did this. And then I began leading the AI. I added, together they go to Wonderland to find the culprit. And you're sure this killer's in Wonderland? Absolutely. The evidence points to it. Well, then let's not waste any time. After you, Miss Alice. The two of them make their way to Wonderland, so I need to get rid of the Chuck E. Cheese thing. It certainly looks different than I remember it, Hildebrand says, despite previously saying he'd never been there. Yes, it does seem a bit off. Suddenly, they're accosted by a group of playing cards. What the? Who are you? What do you want? We want you to leave Wonderland immediately. Why? What's going on here? It's not safe anymore. Hold on, where's... I went too far. No, I didn't go far enough. I went too far in a few places. It's not safe here anymore. Not since the Queen of Hearts came back. It's calling her the Queen of Hearts now. Not the Red Queen. Different characters, I might point out. In the actual Alice's Adventures in Wonderland. The Queen of Hearts? But she's been gone for years. She has, and she's been planning her revenge this whole time. She's already killed many of us. We can't just leave. We have to find out who killed Inspector Briardine. You're going to get yourselves killed if you don't leave now. I need to scroll up. We're not leaving until we find the killer. The cards reluctantly let them go. Do you think... Oh, shit, now I'm moving that. Do you think the Queen of Hearts is really behind all this? She said, not moving around because I was clicked on the wrong thing. It seems likely. We need to be careful. The two of them make their way deeper into Wonderland, avoiding the Queen of Hearts minions. This is getting us nowhere. We need to find someone who can help us. You're right. Let's go talk to the Mad Hatter. He's always been a reliable source of information. The Mad Hatter? Isn't he a bit... mad? Of course he is. But he knows more about what's going on in Wonderland than anyone else. Well, Caterpillar probably does. They find the Mad Hatter's house and knock on the door. He has a house now. I don't have a picture of the Hatter either. Who is it? It's Hildebrand Manderville and Alice Little. We need to talk to you about the Queen of Hearts. Ah, yes, come in, of course. Come in, come in. Alice and Hildebrand enter the Mad Hatter's house. Now then, what can I do for you? We need to know everything you know about the Queen of Hearts. Ah, the Queen of Hearts. She's been causing trouble ever since she returned. Do you know where she is now? No, I'm afraid not. She's been keeping a low profile, and I'm sure she's up to something. We need to find her before she can kill anyone else. I wish you luck, but be careful. Oh, shit, come on. She's a dangerous woman. Alice and Hildebrand leave the Mad Hatter's house and begin searching for the Queen of Hearts. After a long search, they finally find her. Oh, I didn't want to turn that off. I wanted to unlock it. What do you want? We want to know why you killed Inspector Briardine. He was getting too close to my truth, or to the truth. I couldn't let him ruin my plans. And what exactly are your plans? I'm going to take over Wonderland and rule it with an iron fist. Fist! We're not going to let you get away with this. You're going to have to go through me first. The Queen of Hearts attacks, but Alice and Hildebrand are able to defeat her. It's over. You're not going to rule Wonderland anymore. This isn't over. I'll be back. We'll be ready for you. With the Queen of Hearts defeated, Wonderland... And you get no conclusion to that story. All of that whole thing from when they first go to Wonderland was one generation. That was excellent. Best ending 11 out of 10, totally. So that's all the stories I have. I had it generate some endings though to end the stream off with. The prompt is Texas streamer Stu from the Twitch channel StewshineTime prepares to end his stream for the night. The very first result I got was copyright 2017 Twitch Interactive Inc. All rights reserved. So it's good that we're official, I guess. I actually need to show you the last one here. It's something. He takes a minute to address his chat, saying it's time to call it a night. But before long, he will disengage from his streaming equipment and leave it recording. While continuing to chat with his viewers for several minutes, he accidentally leaves his microphone on, revealing to anyone listening that his friendly and polite demeanor toward the chat is an act. He mocks his viewers, calls them names, and complains about their behavior. He realizes his mistake when the chat begins to repeatedly ask him why he's still talking, and he quickly ends his stream and logs off. The next morning, Stu finds that his channel's chat has been filled with messages from viewers who heard his broadcast, and his channel has been banned from Twitch. He attempts to appeal the ban, but is unsuccessful. Later, he creates a new account and resumes streaming. /p/section h3 breaking the fourth wall /h3p. In fiction, breaking the fourth wall is an intentional reference to the audience or to the real world. It is a self-aware moment in which a character acknowledges the existence of an audience or the fact that they are in a work of fiction. Breaking the fourth wall can be used for comedic effect or to make a serious point. /p/section/main footer and copy 2020/footer/div/body/html. I don't know what's up with the end there. You know I would never talk bad about my little demons behind your back. I call out your shit right on stream. I don't play coy about that. I don't know why it defines breaking the fourth wall though. That confuses me very, very much. I am horrible, especially to the chat. So this is the proper, in the proper last generation that I did. Same prompt. And it's just a quote. And it's the perfect one. Alright, I'm going to finish up here. Thank you all for hanging out with me tonight. I'll see you all later. And that's how I finish my streams normally. So, it's right. Thank you for joining me tonight for God of War, for some AI-generated stories. I've got some ideas for more. We'll do it in the future. This was a pretty good segment for something that was just supposed to be a one-shot for next stream. I really enjoyed this. I look forward to coming up with more. We'll get some Metal Gear Solid prompts. I've got some of those in mind. We'll just go through the history of the stream and come up with some stuff. That's a good place for the music to stop, actually. And I need to turn it off of repeat before I forget later. So yes, as it said, thank you for hanging out with me tonight.